I am Sahil Khatri, faculty of Automobile Engineering Department Diploma Studies. You all are welcome for this alumni webinar. First of all, I will introduce our expert, Mr. Kausal Brahmabhat. He had completed his diploma in automobile engineering in 2007 as a class of 2004 from Parul Institute of Engineering and Technology Diploma Studies. He had started his career with several authorized workshops as a technician, advisor, body shop advisor, and so on. And he got an interest in the profession of the surveyor and loss assessor, and currently he is working as a senior manager at IFCO Tokyo GIC Limited. So by not wasting much time, I directly hand over this session to Kausal sir. Kausal sir. Hello. Hello. Yes, Kausal sir.
Uh, Thank you, Sahilji. Thanks for the kind information, kind introduction, and warm welcome. Uh,
Thank you,
Now
sir.
we move to our today's topic and my presentation on the insurance claim and surveyor and loss assessor. Hopefully, it will be helpful to all who are watching today. So we'll move to the first slide, which is insurance. We all know the basic of insurance. Insurance means the protection from financial loss. It is a form of risk management, a contract between insured and insurer. There are two main branch of insurance. One is a life insurance, and second is a general insurance. We can call it as a non-life insurance. And in non-life insurance, there are several branches like fire, marine cargo and hull, motor, engineering, health, miscellaneous. In miscellaneous, there are several other branches like personal accident, burglary, sport, signboard, money, pedal cycle, animal, crop, etc. and etc. So on. Matlab, anything can be covered under the general insurance. In India, the IRDAI means the Insurance Regulator and Development Authority of India is the regulator for the all insurance company, whether it is life or general. All insurance company who wants to business in India must have to register with IRDAI, and all their product must file with IRDAI before selling it to the customer or the consumer. In India, there are around 34 general insurance company, including health and specific branch of the general insurance company. Now, basic principle of insurance. So there are six basic principle of insurance. One is utmost good faith, means whenever the person interested to buy the insurance policy, he must have to represent facts or they disclose the facts, material facts. If he breach this, then this will affect his claim. Then insurable interest, a legal right to insure arising out of financial relationship under law between insured and subject matter of insurance. Means I can insure only my things. Means I want to insure something which is mine. If I want to insure vehicle, that vehicle should be mine, legally mine. My brother's vehicle can't be insured by me or by my name. That is the basic concept of insurable interest. Anything you want to insure, if you want to insure laptop, then this must have a insurable interest. The laptop must be in my name, so I can insure it. My brother can't insure it. Then indemnity. Insurance contract promise to make good the loss or damage, neither better off or worse off. Means the insurance company will indemnify the loss as per the policy terms and conditions. It is necessary that insured can't get benefit out of it or be worse off. Then the subrogations, the transfer of rights and remedies of insured to the insurer who has indemnified insured in respect of loss. Means if insurance company paying you something in respect of your claim, then the whatever he paid, he will take the rights of that things. Uh, for the example, if my vehicle is got stolen, and insurance company is giving me the amount of claim, then the right of vehicle will be insurance company. They will take the rights of vehicle. So whenever the vehicle recovered, they will take it in their name or sell it elsewhere. That is the transfer of rights from insured to the insurance company. Then contribution. Right of insurer who has paid a loss under policy to recover amount from other insurer who are liable for the loss. As we seen in the indemnity, that insurance company will pay the claim in which neither better off or worse off. Means फायदा भी नहीं होगा और ना तो उसको गंदे तरीके से छोड़ा जाएगा. तो this is the benefit. If insurance, if someone having the two insurance policy for the same vehicle or the same particular thing like laptop or mobile, then he can claim at both the company. So he will become beneficiary or taking benefit out of the both policy. So company will pay either 50% or will recover from other insurance company. Then proximate cause, the active efficient cause that sets in motion a train of events which brings about a result without intervention of any force, started and working actively from new independent source. So we move to the next slide. We see the several product of non-life in which motor insurance, why it is required. Why motor insurance is required? It is required as per the Motor Vehicle Act Chapter 11, Insurance of Motor Vehicle Against Third Party Risk. Necessity of insurance against third party risk. No person shall use except as a passenger or cause or allow any other person to use a motor vehicle in public place unless there is in force in relation to the use of the vehicle by that person or that other person, as the case may be, a policy insurance complying with the requirement of this chapter. There is written in the short form that the provided that in case of vehicle carrying a man to carry dangerous or hazardous goods, that shall also be a policy of insurance under Public Liability Act. If anyone carrying the hazardous goods like a petrol or the any chemical that is hazardous, then he has to buy public liability policy also. Without that, the vehicle can't be lying on the road. Types of motor insurance policy. So we see the Act says the liability policy is mandatory. So first is the liability or the act policy. Means as per the act, what is the required? That is the only policy called as a liability or act policy. Then comprehensive or package policy. This is inclusion of liability and act policy plus the coverage of vehicle. Then the comprehensive or package policy with add-ons means the liability policy plus coverage of vehicle along with several other add-ons. We will discuss in later another slide. Uh, then the miscellaneous and special types of vehicle. There are 58 types of MISC vehicles which can be insured under this category or the under this policy. I just name few like road roller, crane, tractor, ambulance, dumper, milk van, tankers, road roller, food trucks, trolley, etc. 58 category given in the India motor tariff, which can be avail this policy. Other vehicle can't avail policy under this category. Then the motor trade. Motor trade is the category for the dealer as well as the workshops who are dealing in the motor trade working. Like if my vehicle, if the dealer is using the demo vehicle, that can be insured under this motor trade. That called as a temporary registration. Uh, Also, the dealer having the stock of the brand new vehicle, that also considered as a motor trade policy. Means dealer can insure that all vehicle into motor trade policy. They have limited coverage and have several coverage for the vehicle as well as third party. Now, what is covered under comprehensive or the package policy? As we said that the act policy is the only requirement for motor vehicle as per the act. So section 1 is the own damage section, which is covered, which is detail of the coverage for the vehicle. Then section 2 is the liability to third party and third party property both. Section 3 is for the PA coverage for owner driver, and section 3 towing disabled vehicles. We written here section 3 because when the comprehensive or the package policy are issued for the commercial vehicle, the section 3 will be towing disabled vehicle and section 4 is the PA coverage for the owner driver. So section 2 and section 3, which is PA owner driver, are the mandatory requirement for the motor vehicle. So if anyone buy the act only policy, he will get section 2 and section 3. In section 2, unlimited liability for death or bodily injury in respect of one accident. Means if a person going on the road and he meet with an accident and some third party or some person injured or died, then the liability of that person will be borne by insurance company. Then the damage to third party property. This is limited coverage for the property. If I am going on the road and I am damaging someone's property, like wall of the some person's house, then the liability will be more than 5,000 or 10,000 or whatsoever. But Act says the company will indemnify only 6,000 rupees. But if anyone wants to insure more than 6,000 rupees, he can avail it by paying additional premium. And the maximum coverage available is 7.5 lakhs for the private car and commercial vehicle. And 1 lakh is for the two-wheeler, whether it is private car, whether it is private two-wheeler or the commercial two-wheeler. PA coverage for owner driver, 15 lakhs of the personal accident cover is given under the this section. So if I am having my vehicle and I am driving it and met with an accident and if I die, then company will pay 15 lakhs rupees as a sum insured. Then the towing disabled vehicle, this is for the specially commercial vehicle The liability as covered under Section 2 of the policy shall stand extended in respect of the such towed vehicle is provided. Means if truck or the bus towing some mechanically disabled vehicle, if someone's vehicle is stopped on the road and he is helping them to take away to the nearest workshop, and if anything happen like the any third party damages occurred by that vehicle, not insured vehicle, by that vehicle which is towed, then the company will indemnify. What is covered under OD section of the policy? We see the section 1 is the own damage section, and what is covered under that section we'll discuss here. Loss or damage to insured motor vehicle and its accessories by following perils. Motor vehicle and its accessories means whatever the provided by manufacturer. If anyone buying vehicle and at dealer point, if he is taking any accessories like tap or the seat cover, that will not cover. That can be covered by paying additional premium. So following are the perils, we normally call it named peril policy. It is by fire, explosion, self-ignition or lightning, by burglary, housebreaking or theft, by riot and strike, by earthquake, fire and shock damages, by flood, typhoon, hurricane, storm, tempest, inundation, cyclone, hailstorm, frost, by accidental external means. Majority of the claims are fall or occurred by this peril only, by accidental external means. There are perils are all covered, but majority claims comes by these perils. Then by malicious act only, by terrorist activity, whilst in transit by road, rail, inland, waterway, lift, elevator, or air, by landslide or rock slide. While in transit means if I am getting transferred from Gujarat to any other state, then if I am taking my vehicle by any of the way, by rail or the uh, road, by ship, then if damage occurred in this transition, then that will be covered. What is not covered under OD section? Depreciation on assessed parts. Now, depreciation on assessed parts are the categorized for the plastic, rubber, nylon, tubes and tires and batteries are at depreciation at 50%. Then if fiberglass part, then 30%. If glass, then 0%. And for the wooden parts or the metal parts, depreciation depends on the stage. Matlab, if a vehicle is older than 6 months, then the 5%. Sorry, if vehicle is new up to 6 months, then 0%. 6 to 1 year, 5%. 1 to 2 year, 10%, and so on. Then up to 50% depreciation. Maximum percentage of depreciation for metal or the wooden parts is 50%. Then wear and tear or the consumable, that will not be paid. Mechanical or electrical breakdown, failure or breakages. Damages to tubes and tires, unless the vehicle is damaged at the same time, in which case the liability of insurance company shall be limited to 50% cost of replacement. This means if I am going somewhere and my vehicle's tire got burst, then company will not reimburse the claim. Damage caused by the overloading or strain. It is normally for the commercial vehicle. So if we see the vehicle are taking more than the capacity. They are taking per passenger or the goods more than its capacity, then it will not be paid. Cost of salvage. Whatever the parts assessed by the surveyor, the salvage of that parts has been replaced with the new, but old parts value of that old parts as a salvage will be deducted. Excess amount. There are three types of access. One is standard, second is voluntary, and third is imposed. You will see standard access in each and every policy of general insurance. Then voluntary access is the access where I am saying that I will not claim for the X amount. Then company will give me some discount in the premium, and whenever I claim, company will deduct that amount, whatever I declared as a X amount. If I say that I will not claim up to 5,000, then company will deduct that amount from each and every claim. In addition to standard access is always applicable. Then imposed access means company is imposing something that you have to, if you want to buy this policy, you have to take this access. That is considered as a imposed access. Then towing charges more than 300 rupees for two wheelers, 750 for three wheelers, 1,500 for private car and taxis, and 2,500 for commercial vehicle. This is the maximum limit for towing charges. Company will not pay more than this amount. Now, motor policy and its add-on coverage. As we say in the earlier slide, that the comprehensive or the package policy comes with the add-on coverage. Nowadays, these are the coverage available in the market. There are several names in the market, like if someone say depreciation waiver, nil depreciation, or zero debt. The meaning of this, all the name are same, or the coverage of this, all name are same. What happened? What we see is the what is not covered. That is the depreciation. So company will charge you additional premium and cover that depreciation. So whatever the depreciation deducted, that will reimbursed by the company. Then the consumable cover, that is also excluded. Then the company charging additional premium and giving the coverage for the consumable. We have to understand the consumable cover are payable only for the damages, and all these coverage only trigger if the claim occurred in section 1. No one can claim only and only this coverage. For this coverage, must have to report claim under OD section, and if claim of OD section is payable, then the add-on coverage will be triggered. Then the engine secure, engine protection, or the engine and gearbox protection cover. This is the most required the coverage nowadays. We see the flood came into the city and the several vehicles stopped midway. So what happened in that vehicle? Actually, their vehicle is seized, or the vehicle that become hydrostatic lock, means the vehicle run in the water, and as we know the water is not compressible, then the engine can't run and it will become seized. So the company will reimburse that kind of damages under this coverage. Also, if someone is going from one place to another and some stone dash with the oil chamber, and all the oil or the leaked from that due to that damages, and because of that, if the engine becomes seized, then the company will reimburse the claim according to this coverage. New vehicle replacement and return of invoice. This is the one of the best coverage. If anyone buying new vehicle, must have to opt it. What happened? Whenever the person buy the policy, that is the fixed policy for the IDV. IDV called as an insured declared value. So whenever the vehicle become total loss, then company will pay maximum IDV amount, not more than that. So this coverage will gives you additional amount. If I bought my vehicle at the cost of 5 lakhs and IDV is around 2 lakhs or the 3 lakhs, now vehicle meet with an accident and become total loss, then company will pay me IDV plus the cost of the replacement. Like vehicle is purchased at the 5 lakhs, then company will pay me 5 lakhs. Here, one catch is there that the company will reimburse replacement value or the invoice value, whichever is lower. If the vehicle was purchased at 5 lakhs and the value of that vehicle is 4 lakhs, then company will pay 4 lakhs only, not 5 lakhs. Whether you buy it at 5 lakhs or not, but company will pay only 4 lakhs because that is available in the market at the rate of 4 lakhs. Then loss of key or key protection or key replacement. Normally what happen, my key is stolen by someone. So what I do the make another key, same key. So the risk of the stolen of the vehicle is increased. So this coverage will allow you to replace entire lock set, and the risk become zero for the theft because you have replaced key along with key set. Normally, what happen? We have to replace entire lock set, or else some who stolen the key will theft your vehicle. So this coverage will cover that kind of protection. Roadside assistance, or the towing charges. We see the policies cover limited towing charges for 1500, 2500, or the 1300 rupees. So if anyone charging more than that amount, and it is nowadays it is more than the 1500 rupees. If I am taking my vehicle from Bharuch or the highway to the Vadodara city, then it will cost around 3000 or 4000. So that whatever the additional amount that will be paid under this coverage. Loss of personal belongings. Loss of personal belongings means I am having the laptop, my mobile, or the bags of some money that will cover under this coverage. So this is the limited coverage policy. The sum insured is provided in the policy that maximum amount like 25,000, 50,000 is the maximum capping, that whatever the stolen that will be covered up to this amount only, not more than that. For that, FIR is mandatory. Without FIR, this claim can't be settled. Then daily case allowance. Normally, whenever we shift vehicle to the repairer, it will take time for the repair, more than 3 days, 5 days. So daily allowance is the coverage. When company will indemnify, if the loss is payable, then company will indemnify after 3 days. So 3 days is capped. So if vehicle is repaired within 3 days, then company will not pay. But if more than 3 days, up to X days, maximum days are kept. Like 10 days or 15 days are the capped. So company will indemnify for X days into X amount. Means the per day is 500, then company will pay more than 3 days. If repair work done within 5 days, the 3 days are excluded. Company will pay 2 days into X amount, which is 500 or the 1500 or the 2000, whatever as per the coverage. There is a catch. If repairer don't have the parts, or he have to order parts from the manufacturer, so delay from that their end will not be covered here. It is only if vehicle taking time for repair. If major loss, then that will be covered. Medical expenses. Medical expenses are the coverage for the person who injured in the accident of said vehicle. Matlab, whatever the vehicle is covered under the policy, and if anyone injured in that vehicle due to accident, then whatever the expenses occurred will reimburse in this coverage. This is also the limited coverage, like the Sum insured is capped. Sum insured means maximum payable amount is capped, whether it is 20,000, 50,000, 1 lakh, but there is a limitation for the payable amount. Maximum amount is capped at 1 lakhs approx. Depends on a company, it will be varied. NCB protection. Normally, NCB is the no claim bonus. Whenever person renew his policy, and in last policy, if he didn't claim, then give him company will give him the bonus called as a no claim bonus. Means the discount in the premium. It is depends on the year on year. It will increase. If I am not claim in any year, then company will increase the NCB 20, 25, 35, 45. Maximum is 50% is the NCB amount which I can get available. 50, 55%. So in NCB protection, what happen if I am the coverage is for the limited that only glass claim occurred, then NCB will be protected, or anything is replaceable, but I am opting for the repair, then company will protect my NCB for the next year. That is the coverage. Then additional PA coverage. We see the standard policy is cover the owner driver only. Matlab, if vehicle is in my name, I am only having the cover for the personal accident. But if I want to opt coverage for the all other person who are sitting in the vehicle, so vehicle having the sitting capacity of 5%, so I can take coverage for all 5%. So this is coverage start from 50,000 to 10 lakhs or above. So by paying additional premium, person can opt for the personal accident cover. So if I and my family going in the vehicle, and if something happen or all are died, then the coverage will be paid to the all the person, because I am having the coverage of all 5%. Now we move on to the next slide. General exceptions. We see earlier that the what is not covered under OD section, but here are the general exceptions. What are the applicable to all sections of the policy? First is the claim arising out of geographical area. Geographical area is the India. If someone going out of India by vehicle, then he has to opt for geographical extension by paying additional premium. Then the company may settle the claim. Contractual liability, then the breach of limitation as to use and driver's clause. We will discuss in detail in next slide. Consequential loss, whatever the loss are done by the intentions or the knowingly, can be considered as a consequential loss. If I am having the vehicle, it got damaged and I am just keeping aside and going home. Yeah, I am having the policy. Yeah, don't worry. And vehicle got damaged further and further, then that is considered as a consequential loss, and that will not paid. Or any consequential loss. I am just giving example of the vehicle, but there are several other consequential loss. Okay, that will not cover. Then nuclear fuel, waste, fusion, weapon, or material damage occurred due to any of these will not cover. War, invention, the act of foreign enemy, hostilities or warlike operations, whether before or after declaration of war, civil war, mutiny, rebellions, and military power. So anything damaged due to this activity will not be covered. Important points mentioned in the policy documents. As I said, we'll discuss the limitation as to use and driver clause in next slide. This is the right time. The policy cover use of vehicle for any purpose other than hire and reward, carriage of good, other than sample of personal luggage, organized racing, peacemaking, speed testing, reliability trials, use in connection with motor trade. This is the limitation as to use. The private car and two-wheeler must have to use within the limitations. So if anyone having the private car and uh, taking it for the hire and river or the लोगों को लेके जा रहा है X जगह से Y जगह पे or taking some amount out of it, then that is the hire and reward. Company will not indemnify him. For the commercial vehicle, the limitation as to use will change. For commercial vehicle, there is all are same. Hire and reward and carriage of good. This will remove, and one things add here. Use only within the meaning of Motor Vehicle Act. That word will be added here. All other things will be same. For the motor trade policy limitation as to use, all will be there other than motor trade. Then driver's clause. Any person, including insured, provided that the person driving holds an effective driving license at the time of accident and is not disqualified from holding or obtaining such a license, provided also that the person holding effective learner's license may also drive the vehicle, and that such person satisfy the requirement of Rule 3 of Central Motor Vehicle Rules 1989. Means if I am having the learning license, then I can drive the vehicle. But there is a requirement of Motor Vehicle Rules 1989, which says that I must have to drive with any other person who having the valid license, or else I can't drive. I or we hereby certify that the policy to which the certificate relate as well as the certificate of insurance are issued in accordance with the provision of Chapter 10 and 11 of Motor Vehicle Act. As we see, policy is required by the Act of Motor Vehicle, and hence this word is written here. Warranted that in case of dishonor of check, the document stands automatically cancelled. If I am taking any policy by giving the check and that check getting bounced, then policy will automatically cancelled. Important notice: this insured is not indemnified if the vehicle is used or driven otherwise than in accordance with this schedule. Schedule means the policy. Any payment made by company by reason of wider terms appearing in the certificate in order to comply with the Motor Vehicle Act 1988 is recoverable from the insured. See the clause headed avoidance of certain terms and rights of recovery. Okay, so these are the important things. You will find any of the motor vehicle policy, these things will be available. Then claims. We see the coverage, what is covered and what is not covered. So now if anyone having policy and if he suffered any loss, then it will claim to the insurance company. An insurance claim is a formal request to insurance company asking for the payment based on the terms of insurance policy. The insurance company review the claim for its validity and then pays out to the insured or requesting party on behalf of insured once approved. On behalf of insured means if insured died, so his legal hire will claim, so then company will pay him. A claim under motor policy could be, we see there is three type of coverage: motor OD means ki own damage section, then the third party, whether it is property or the third party, then the personal accident. So claim come under this head only. Third party claims are normally settled through court only. No third party claim can settle by the insurance company directly. That claim will be settled based on court order. Normally, this is the procedure. And majority third party claims are settled through MSET court, which is called as a motor claim tribunal. Then the motor own damage claims. In the event of an own damage claim, that is where insured vehicle is damaged due to an accident, insured must immediately inform insurance company and police whenever required. The whenever required is applicable to police only. Must have to inform insurance company. If it is theft or the malicious activity, then police is involved or must have to inform police. To enable them to depute a surveyor to assess the loss. Insured must not attempt to make the vehicle from the accident spot without permission of the police or insurer. Means this is applicable. Uh, this is applicable to commercial vehicle only. For private car and commercial vehicle, insured may shift immediately. There is no such requirement of spot survey. Then the personal accident claim. Normally, all personal accident claims settle through investigation. It is done by the professional investigator or the advocate. No need of court's order. Now we see the claims. So on damage section, there are types of claims. Uh, there are 5 types of claim. This is broad category. First is repair loss. We earlier discussed the IDV. IDV means insured's declared value. This is the maximum amount for payable. So whatever the loss is less than 75% of IDV. So if IDV is 1 lakh rupees and vehicle is damaged and need repair or replacement, so its repair cost is less than 75% of IDV, that is considered as a repair loss. Then the CTL and TL, both are almost same. Basic concept is the same for both. Whenever the IDV, repair liability exceeding 75% of IDV, will settle under CTL or the TL. Now the CTL means the repair liability exceeding 75% of IDV, but it can be repaired. It can be repaired. And the TL means it can't be repaired, whether it is fire or stolen, that is considered as a TL. So what happened in CTL, RC will not cancel. RC will be intact, and whatever the person buys this vehicle will repair it and the sell it or the use it. Then in the total loss, the RC will be cancelled from RTO, and there will be no use of that vehicle. Then the theft. In theft, RC is not getting cancelled. In theft, insured must have to inform RTO that they do not transfer this vehicle in any other name as the vehicle has been stolen. So this is the different requirement. It is total loss claim because company is going to pay IDV amount. But RC is not getting cancelled here. Then the cash loss. This is the one of the repair loss. When insured is not ready for repair, there is a loss which is less than the 75% of IDV, but somehow or whatever his personal reason, he is not ready to repair that vehicle and asking for the lump sum amount. Then company will settle under cash loss settlement. In this, company will settle the claim without asking for the repair bills. Company will pay lump sum amount and the liability of vehicle will be insured. Company will not liable and policy will be cancelled. Or other than repair loss, all the loss once settled, company will cancel the policy. Now, requirement documents for OD claims. So claims, my vehicle is got damaged and I want to claim it. So what are the required? So first is the policy document. Then the estimate of repairs, how much cost it will take. Then the claim form duly signed by insured as well as his legal hire. If in the absence of insured, legal hire can sign the claim form. Then original registration certificate and driving license, who was driving at the time of accident, both in original for verification and return. Means insured must have to produce original for verification to the surveyor. Then the fitness certificate, permit authorization fee receipt are requirement for the commercial vehicle. All these three documents required original for verification. Then load challan or the passenger list. This is also the requirement of commercial vehicle, and private car there is no need of it. Then certified FIR and Panchnama. When the if I met with an accident and if I file the FIR, then I have to submit the documents. Even though I met with an accident and third party filed the FIR against me, even though I have to submit FIR and Panchnama. Then the arrest memo or the bail paper or the charge sheet. This is the specific requirement. It is applicable when the third party lodged the FIR against us, or else only FIR and Panchnama is sufficient. Then towing bill and repair bill. Then the KYC of insured, PAN card and Aadhaar card, both are the KYC documents. We can say it, know your customer. This is the mandatory requirement by Act. Cancel check of insured. So payment receipt and cancel check are the required only if vehicle not taking on insured is not taking benefit of cashless facility, or else these two documents not required. Now surveyor and loss assessor. We see for own damage section the requirement of surveyor is there. So who is the surveyor? Surveyor and loss assessor means a person who is the licensed by the authority to act as a surveyor and loss assessor. Now authority is the IRDAI, who is the regulator for the all insurer or the activity of the all insurance company. It shall be duty of every licensed surveyor and loss assessor to investigate, manage, quantify, validate, and deal with the losses, whether insured or not, arising from any contingency, and report thereon to the insurer or insured, as the case may be. All licensed surveyor and loss assessors shall carry out said work with competence, objectivity, and professional integrity, and strictly adhere to the code of conduct as stipulated in regulations. We'll see the regulation later on. Now the duties and responsibility of surveyor. This is as per the Act. What are the duties and responsibility given in the regulation is mentioned here. So maintaining confidentiality and neutrality without jeopardizing the liability of insurer and claim of the insured. Conducting inspection and reinspection of the property in question suffering a loss. Examining, inquiring, investigating, verifying, checking upon the cause and circumstance of the loss in question, including extents of loss, nature of ownership, and insurable interest. This simple means all the things must have to verify by the surveyor, whether it is insurable interest, whether the damages are tally with the cause of loss or not, the documents produced are the genuine or not, whatever he is saying is true or not, or if anything required, additional things required, may ask him to produce. Conducting spot and final survey as and when necessary, and document and comments upon the excess under the insurance and any other related. So he has to attend the survey. He has to attend the survey, whether it is spot or final. Spot is normally at the place of accident, and final survey are normally at the workshops or the place of repair where the vehicle will be repaired. Then estimating, measuring, and determining quantum and description of the subject under loss. So this is the things he has to assess the loss. Then advising the insurer and the insured about loss minimization, loss control, security, safety measure, whether appropriate to avoid further loss. Means how to minimize loss. So if repairer going to repair the vehicle, he will ask for the all parts as a new or the assembly. But as an automobile engineer, we know these parts comes as a child parts or the some parts are comes as a child parts. Like if repairer asking for the replacement of door and only outer body is damaged, then that parts is available as a child part, then insurance company will or the surveyor will assess that only. That will become loss minimization or the loss control. So must have the knowledge of automobile so that he can assess accordingly. Commenting on admissibility of claim and assessing the liability of insurer as per the policy terms and conditions. If any surveyor don't know about the coverage or the what is not covered, what is excluded, then he can't comment on this. Hence, every surveyor must have the knowledge of it so he can comment on this and submit his report. Surveying and assessing loss on behalf of insurer or insured. It is not necessary that each time insurance company will appoint. Insured may appoint surveyor, but whosoever is appoint the surveyor must have to pay fees to the surveyor. Satisfying query of insured as well as insurer and person corrected thereon to the respect of claim or loss. So if he submit the report to insurance company or the insured and they asking some query about the loss, okay, why this was assessed or this is not justified or this is concluded included or not, then they have to satisfy the query whatever the ask from the insured or the insurer. Recommending applicability of depreciation percentage and quantum of depreciation. As we see, there is a depreciation deducted, then he has to apply. Giving reason for repudiation of claim in case the claim is not covered by policy terms and conditions. Again, if he is aware about the policy terms and conditions and the coverage, then he can give the valid reason to repudiate the claim. And based on that, company will repudiate. Taking expert opinion whenever required. Means if I am the surveyor, but if I am feeling that I am having some confusion on this loss, so I can approach to the senior surveyor or the body for the conclusion or the how I can proceed. And based on that, I can conclude my report. Commenting on salvage and its disposal whenever necessary. So as we understand, the salvage will be deducted. So that is also surveyors the view. Okay, what are the salvage and how much it will cost. Submit his report to the insured or the insurer as early as possible, but not later than 30 days of his appointment. So each and every surveyor has to submit his report within 13 days from the date of appointment. So all are the important things must have to follow by all professional surveyors. Now we come to the end. Most important act, regulations and body. So all the insurance business run by the Insurance Act 1938, which is amended in 2019. Then the regulator is IRDAI, which is introduced in India in 1999 by the IRDA Act 1999, which is amended in 2015. All the surveyor regulations are introduced in 2000. but it is freshly introduced in 2015, which is called as Insurance Surveyor and Loss Assessor Regulation 2015, which is amended in 2020. These are the III, which is the Insurance Institute of India, who conduct the examination of the all insurance related examinations like agent or the broker or insurance marketing firm or the surveyor. III will conduct the examinations. Then the NIA, National Insurance Academy. This is the first class academy for the insurance knowledge, which is located at Pune. If anyone interested to do post graduation, may approach NIA. Then III SLA. It is the body of Indian Institute of Surveyor and Loss